Epistle to the Romans, Volume 2, Session 26. 罗马人书注释卷2第26讲。罗马书第10章18节。但我说，人没有听见吗？诚然听见了。他们的声音传遍天下，他们的言语传到地极。新译本。但是我要说，他们没有听见吗？他们的确听见了，如经上所记，他们的声音传遍全地，他们的言语传到地极。It might appear from verse 17 that hearing produces faith, or at least that hearing is used in a sense of hearkening. The present verse obviates this misapprehension. 我们可能从第17节呢得到一个印象，就认为呢，听到产生信心，至少呢，听的意思就是留心听，听见的意思。这个是误解。这一节18节排除这个误解的。But I say, did they not hear? 但我说，他们没有听吗？ The answer is, in effect, 答案的意思就是说 Yes, indeed they heard, but nevertheless they did not hearken. 他们诚然听见的，听到了，但是没有真正听到。In order to support the universalism of the gospel proclamation, Paul quotes from Psalm 19 verse 4 in the exact terms of the Greek version. 保罗引用了诗篇第19篇第4节，希腊文的译本去证明福音传到全世界，或者福音传讲的普世性，福音的遍传。It has raised the difficulty that the psalmist here speaks of the works of creation and providence and not of special revelation. 这节为解经家带来一个问题，就是诗篇所论到的是上帝创造和护理的大功，而不是特殊启示之道。Was this due to a lapse of memory or to intentional artifice? 这个是因为保罗善忘吗？还是故意建构新的意义呢？ It is not necessary to resort to either supposition. 这两种的猜测或者假设都是不必要的。We should remember, 我们应该记得 that this psalm deals with general revelation verses 1 to 6 and with special revelation verses 7 to 14. 我们要记得这篇的诗篇呢，论到普遍启示，也论到特殊启示的。普遍启示是第1到第6节，特殊启示第7到14节。我们来读诗篇19篇，我们读新译本。诸天述说上帝的荣耀，穹苍传扬他的作为，天天发出言语，夜夜传出知识。没有话语，没有言辞，人也听不到他们的声音。他们的声音传遍全地，他们的言语传到地极。上帝在他们中间为太阳安设帐幕，太阳如同新郎出洞房，又像勇士欢欢喜喜的跑路。他从天的这边出来，绕到天的那边，没有什么可以隐藏得不到他的温暖。这个是第6节的结束。第7节，耶和华的律法是完全的，能使人心苏醒。耶和华的法度是坚定的，能使愚人有智慧。耶和华的训词是正直的，能使人心快乐。耶和华的命令是清洁的，能使人的眼睛明亮。耶和华的话语是洁净的，能坚立到永远。耶和华的典章是真实的，完全公义，都比金子宝贵，比大量的金更宝贵，比蜜甘甜，比蜂房滴下来的蜜更甘甜，并且你的仆人也借着这些得到境界，谨守这些就得着大赏赐。谁能知道自己的错误呢？求你赦免我隐而未现的过失，求你拦阻你仆人不犯任意妄为的罪，不许他们辖制我。 我才可以完全不犯大过。耶和华我的磐石，我的救赎主啊，愿我口中的言语，心里的意念，都在你面前蒙悦纳。普遍启示1到6，特殊启示7到14节的，这个是我们必须要记住的。In the esteem of the psalmist and in the teaching of scripture throughout, these two areas of revelation are complementary. 根据诗篇第19篇的作者，也根据整本圣经的教导，普遍启示和特殊启示是相辅相成的。This is Paul's own conception. 这个也是保罗所持的观点的。Refer to Acts 17:24 to 31. 参考使徒行传第17章，就是保罗在雅典讲的道24到31节，从第24节开始。新译本，创造宇宙和其中万有的上帝，既然是天地的主，就不住在人手所造的殿宇，也不受人手的服侍，好像他缺少什么。他自己反而把生命、气息和一切赐给万人。他从一个本源造出了万族来，使他们住在整个大地上，并且定了他们的期限和居住的疆界，要他们寻求上帝，或者可摸索而找到他。其实他离我们个人不远的，因着他我们可以生存、活动、存在。就如你们有些诗人说，原来我们也是他的子孙。我们既然是上帝的子孙，就不应该以为他的神性是好像人用手艺心思所雕刻的金银石头一样。过去那无知的时代，上帝不加以追究，现在他却吩咐各处的人都要悔改，因为他已经定好了日子，要借着他所立的人按公义审判天下，并且使他从死人中复活，给万人做一个可信的凭据。Since the gospel proclamation is now to all without distinction, 福音现在既然传给所有的人，并无区别， it is proper to see the parallel between the universality of general revelation and the universalism of the gospel. 我们应该看到这里有一个平衡性，就是普遍启示的普世性和福音的普世性，两者的平衡相应的，这样的看法是正确的。The former is the pattern now followed in the sounding forth of the gospel to the uttermost parts of the earth. 前者就是说，根据普遍启示的普遍性，现在福音呢，同样的传到地极。The application which Paul makes of Psalm 19:4 can thus be seen to be eloquent. 那我们可以看到保罗引用诗篇第19篇第4节，是写得非常的美的。Not only of this parallel, 不单单清楚地指出这个平衡相应性， but also of that which is implicit in the parallel, 也指出这个平衡相应性里面的含义， namely, the widespread diffusion of the gospel of grace, 就是指出恩典的福音广泛的传扬出去了。Its sound goes out to all the earth, and its words to the ends of the world. 福音的声音跟言辞是传到地极的。It cannot then be objected that Israel did not hear. 所以不可以提出一个反对论点，说以色列没有听到。Romans 10:19 to 21， 罗马书第10章19到21节。我再说，以色列人不知道吗？先有摩西说，我要用那不成子民的惹动你们的愤恨，我要用那无知的民触动你们的怒气。又有以赛亚放胆说，没有寻找我的，我叫他们遇见；没有访问我的，我向他们显现。至于以色列人，他说，我整天伸手招呼那悖逆顶嘴的百姓。At the beginning of verse 19, the same form of expression is used as in verse 18. 第19节一开始所用的表述呢，是与第18节一样的。 The only difference being 唯一不同的地方是 that Israel is now specified. 现在保罗明明指以色列 and the word hear is changed to know. 听这个字改成知道。But I say, did Israel not know? 但我说以色列岂不知道吗？As verse 18 is concerned with the question whether or not Israel heard, so verse 19 is concerned with the question whether Israel knew. 正如18节论到以色列有没有听到这个问题，同理19节论到以色列是否晓得或者知道的这个问题。The answer to the first was that Israel did hear. 第一个问题的答案是以色列有听到。So to the second is that Israel did know. 所以第二个问题的答案是以色列人知道。The only question is, what did Israel know? 问题是以色列知道什么？ The answer is indicated in the quotations which follow. 下面所引用的经文呢，就看出个答案是什么呢？我们先读这个原来的经文，引用的经文。Deuteronomy 32 verse 21. 申命记32章21节。他们以那不算为神的触动我的愤恨，以虚无的神惹了我的怒气，我也要以那不成子民的触动他们的愤恨，以愚昧的国民惹了他们的怒气。新译本，他们以不是神的神激动了我的愤恨，以虚无之物惹动了我的怒气，我也以不是子民的人激动他们的愤恨，以愚昧的国民惹动他们的怒气。第二段经文 Isaiah 65 verse 1， 以赛亚书第65章第1节。素来没有访问我的，现在求问我；没有寻找我的，我叫他们遇见；没有称为我名下的，我对他们说：我在这里，我在这里。第2节，我整天伸手招呼那悖逆的百姓，他们随自己的意念行不善之道。The first is quoted as in the Greek version. 第一段就是申命记32章21节呢，是从希腊文就是74本引用到 which is close to the Hebrew， 而希腊文呢与希伯来文的原文是非常的靠近 with the exception that the object of the verbs is changed from the third person plural to the second person。 除了这个动词的客体呢是从第3身的复数转到第2身。 This word from the Song of Moses， 这个是从摩西之诗、摩西之歌引用出来的几句话。Appears in a text in which Israel is being upbraided for unfaithfulness and perversity。 那这个上下文呢是在讲摩西责备以色列人的不忠诚和犯罪。This context corresponds to the situation with which Paul is dealing。 这个处境呢与保罗所处理的处境呢是相等的。The meaning of the quotation, particularly as interpreted and applied by the apostle, is 引用经文的意思，特别是保罗应用经文的意思就是 Israel would be provoked to jealousy and anger because another nation which had not enjoyed God's covenant favor as Israel had would become the recipient of the favor which Israel had despised。 以色列会被惹起发怒和妒忌，因为有另外一个民族没有享受过以色列所享受的上帝的约里面的恩宠的，现在这个民族呢要成为上帝的恩宠的受惠者，这个是以色列人所藐视的所藐视的上帝的恩宠。 And this implies the extension of gospel privilege to all peoples。 这里的含义就是福音的特权是要延伸到万国万民。The particular truth emphasized in verse 18， 这个是第18节所特别强调的真理的。But the distinctive feature of verse 19 is not the universal diffusion of the gospel。但是第19的特点不是福音的广传，传到全世界。It is the provocation of Israel as the byproduct of this diffusion。特点是福音广传的一个副作用就是以色列的怒气被惹动了。Strangers and aliens will become partakers of covenant favor and blessing。现在陌生人、外邦人有份享受约里面的恩宠跟福分的。This therefore is what Israel knew。这个是以色列所知道的。They have been apprised and forewarned of the outcome。主已经告诉过他们，警告过他们 ，that the kingdom of God will be taken from them。上帝的国必从他们手中要夺去的。And given to a nation bearing forth its fruit， 要给一个结出国度的果子的民族的。All the more forceful as proof of this knowledge is the appeal to the word of Moses。而保罗引用摩西的话，那这个知道的证据就更加有力了。Nothing could have more cogency for Israel than the testimony of Moses。对以色列人来说呢，没有什么比摩西自己的话的见证更加有说服力的。The next passage quoted to confirm the thesis that Israel knew is Isaiah 65 verse 1。下一段用来证实以色列知道的旧约经文是以赛亚书65章第1节。There is a transposition of the two clauses in the Apostles' quotations。保罗是引用的两个从句呢，位置是倒置的。But otherwise, it adheres substantially to the Greek version。不然的话呢，本质上是跟着希腊文的翻译本所引用的。The lesson for Israel is， 以色列应当学到的功课是 ，They had been informed by God through the prophet that favor would be shown to the Gentiles。上帝已经借着先知告诉过他们，上帝的恩典要向外邦人显明的。The way in which this quotation is introduced implies that Isaiah has spoken with forthrightness。保罗怎么引进以赛亚的经文呢？就暗示着以赛亚是明明直说的。And since God is directly the speaker in this prophecy, the words is very bold point to the plainness with which the reception of the Gentiles had been foretold。而既然呢，上帝是直接在这段预言里面直接说话，这就指出上帝如何直接的预言他要接纳外邦人的。There is a close similarity between this verse and 9:30。这节经文跟第9章第30节是很相似的。The Gentiles had not followed after righteousness。外邦人一直来没有追求上帝的义。This is correlative with the terms now used that they had not sought or asked after the Lord。这里与目前的用词相关，就是他们没有求告，没有追求主耶和华的。As faith is said to be the way of attaining to righteousness in 9:30, so now grace of God is manifest in the bestowal of what was not asked for or sought。正如在第9章第30节，信心是得到上帝的义之法。现在上帝显明了他的恩典，他把人所没有追求的赐给他们。Verse 20 must not be dissociated in the interpretation and application from verse 21。不要把第20节从第21节的解释和应用分开。我们来看第20节跟第21节。第21节是至于以色列，他说我整天伸手招呼那悖逆顶嘴的百姓。这一节呢，要用来解释第20节的，就是没有寻找我的，我叫他们遇见；没有访问我的，我向他们显现。It is the contrast that is particularly relevant to the present interest。这里所做的对照，特别对现今的讨论有关。The contrast is that between the favor shown to the Gentiles and the disobedience of Israel。保罗所做的对照是，上帝对外邦人显出恩宠，和以色列人的不顺从。 The aggravated character of the latter is made apparent by the terms that are used to express God's long-suffering and loving kindness. 以色列的罪特别显得严重，因为保罗是这样子用这些词汇来描述上帝的忍耐和慈爱的。All the day long did I stretch out my hands. 我整天向他们伸手。And Gifford's words, 用解经家 Gifford 的话来说 ，It is a picture of the everlasting arms spread open in unwearied love. 这幅图画是上帝充满着慈爱，不厌烦的伸出他永恒的膀臂。The overtures of grace are not merely represented as rejected. 上帝恩典的邀请不单单是被拒绝了 ，but as made to a disobedient and gainsaying people. 保罗说这个邀请是向一个不顺从的悖逆的民而发出的。The perversity of Israel on the one hand, and the constancy and intensity of God's loving kindness on the other are accentuated by the fact that the one derives its character from the other. 一方面是以色列人的罪恶，另一方面上帝的慈爱是不断的热烈的，而以色列的罪特别是因为上帝的慈爱而显出的。It is to a disobedient and contradicting people that the outstretched hands of entreaty are extended. 上帝是向一个不顺从的悖逆的民族伸出邀请的手的。The gravity of the sin springs from the contradiction offered to the overtures of mercy. 他们的罪严重，因为他们拒绝了上帝邀请他们来领受的怜悯，他们与这个怜悯这个邀请是相矛盾的。In this chapter, the apostle is dealing with the failure of Israel. 保罗在本章讨论以色列人的失败。His analysis begins with the indictment that their zeal was not according to knowledge. 他的分析一开始是讲到以色列人的热心不是根据知识 ，but they were ignorant of God's righteousness and did not subject themselves to it. 他们对上帝的义是不知道的，也不顺从。Number 2, 第二 he continues this accusation by noting that they did not give obedience to the gospel. 保罗继续控告以色列说他们没有顺从福音。But the climax is reached in verse 21. 但是到了21节，保罗到了高峰 when Israel is characterized as a disobedient and gainsaying people. 保罗描述以色列人是一个不顺从的悖逆的民族。The apostle demonstrates the inexcusableness of Israel. 保罗说以色列人是没有借口的 and does so by appeal to their own scriptures. 保罗是引用以色列人他们自己的圣经来证明他们无可推诿。They had heard the gospel. 他们听到了福音的。They knew beforehand the design of God respecting the call of the Gentiles. 他们事先就知道上帝的计划，就是上帝必定要呼召外邦人的。They had been forewarned of the very situations that existed in Paul's day. 他们老早就听到这个警告，就是警告他们保罗时期的情况会发生的 and with which he is concerned with in this part of the epistle. 保罗就是为了这个情况而在罗马书这段经文9到11节表达他的关注的。Verse 21 brings us to the terminus of the condemnation. 21节就把保罗对以色列人的控告带到一个结束。We may well ask, what then? 那么我们肯定会问，那又怎样呢？ Is this the terminus of God's loving kindness? 上帝的慈爱就在这里终止了吗？这个是终点吗？ Is verse 21 the last word? 21节是不是就讲完了，没有再可以讲的呢？ The answer to these questions, chapter 11 provides. 对这些的问题呢，第11章提供答案的。End of chapter 10. 罗马书第10章结束，下次我们开始第11章。